Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. So we're going to get right to it. We're going over to my favorite, RivahTv. She got a great reaction video, so you know I like to join in and add to the commentary, and we're gonna see what this one's about. The actual thumbnail is interesting because it says white woman checks black men. So off rip, you know, that's enough for me to hit the gas on this one, right? So off the rip, I know I had to dive into this. I haven't watched it, so we're gonna go, you know, fully authentic reaction with Rivah. And we just gonna take it from there, man. We're gonna take it from there. Let's roll.
I have noticed that a lot of black men that specifically date white women like to treat black women horribly. And I will never understand. Your mother is black. Your sisters, if you have them, are black. Your grandmother is black. Why would you do that?
What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah, and I'm back again with another video. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Oh, obviously I'm in a different setting. I'm not in my studio, so the sound's just a little bit different. But I saw this video when I was scrolling through the wonderful world of TikTok, okay? And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I did not watch the video. All I saw was this caption, and I knew that it's something that I wanted to react to, okay? So I'm gonna keep it real. So I'm just gonna go ahead and press play, pause play, and then give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, my opinions on this entire situation. So as we can see, it says here, black men that date white women, please explain this behavior. And then she has the angry face emoji. Like I said, that was enough for me to want to press play, but I wanted to press play over here.
I have a question for some black men, because I know it's not all, so don't come for me saying she said all. I never said that, but I do have a question for some, specifically the black men who choose to date white women, because that is where I have seen it the most. But I was about to go into the store, right? There was a black man there. He was with a white woman. You could tell they were together. Okay. As I'm getting ready to come into the establishment, I'm right behind them. He holds the door for me. I said, thank you. He said, oh, you're very welcome. Okay. There was a black lady right behind me. He let that door go and slam in her face. And I looked, and I even said to him, I said, oh, that was very rude. And he said, what happened? I held the door for you. I said, yes, you did. I said, but why did you let it slam in her face? And he just kind of smirked and walked off. I'm
gonna let her finish. I think she has a lot to say, but I want to say this, right? And you guys know I love y'all, and I keep it real with you guys, and I give you guys my real genuine opinions on stuff. And I just don't get on the train of a woman having a racial conversation about black men who date white women when, you know, she is not a black woman. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it comes very much across like, and I could be wrong, it could be me, it could be my own feelings as a black woman, I don't know. But to me, it comes very much across as divide and conquer. And the reason why I say that is because I do not see, you know, white women in particular on the internet, when black women talk about, oh, they go into, you know, Chad and Brad to go get pasta and lobster. I don't see white women deterring black women from dating white men. I don't see it. I'm just going to keep it real. I don't see them saying, oh, you know, there's something wrong with them because I don't see, you know, white women talking about how different white men are that date black women. I don't see that. But coming to the race that is already clearly divided, it's blatant, it's clear, and she knows that, hence why she made the video, because she knew that it would cause some kind of a ruckus based off of the climate of what's going on. And adding more, you know, gasoline on top of the fire, I just can't get with it.
Hey, before we continue, I want to add to what Rivah just made some incredible points that I didn't even think about. And, you know, that's why I love Rivah, because she dope like that. She just made some incredible points that I didn't even think about. Those weren't even the first thing that came to mind. But off rip, seeing a white woman who's trying to speak on behalf of black women to black men, off rip, like she said, you know, it's off-putting. I'm thrown off by that in the door. However, I can't say that I agree with all of Rivah's points. I just didn't think of those. The things that came to mind for me was more so, it was more direct, like, you know, stay out of black folks' business for real. Like, stay out of black folks' business. I'm gonna let this continue before I kind of go into the type of man that she probably witnessed that day in this scenario that she's explaining. But stay out of black folks' business is the first thing that came to my mind. Let's go.
I have noticed that a lot of black men that specifically date white women like to treat black women horribly. And I will never understand it. I do not give a damn who you choose to date. You can date whatever race of people you want to date. I don't give a damn. But why must you treat black women so horribly?
This is why I say that I don't think that she is equipped to have the conversation, because we can also talk about how black women, okay, who date white men, get on the internet on a consistent basis and trash black men. We can talk about black women who date black men who trash black men, right? And also, she made a scenario about the door closing. I don't know how far from the door that lady was. I don't know if he literally slammed it in her face or she's just exaggerating to try to bring this point home because she wanted to have this, again, kumbaya situation with her black sisters. I'm not really sure what the narrative that she was coming into the conversation with was, but to assume that the disdain towards the woman was because of the fact of the color of her skin, there could have been so many different situations. And it could have maybe been his situations of being around certain women and how they react to situations. But she made it, a definite race thing. She made that situation into, he don't love his mama. He don't love the women that look like him. All from this one passing scenario that she doesn't know the details of.
When you choose to date outside of your race. And I have seen this more than once, so don't tell me that was just him, because it's not. I have witnessed it, that when a black man chooses to date another race, he chooses to treat black women like trash. And that's the most ignorant shit I have ever seen in my life. I will never understand that.
I haven't witnessed this, but I also don't live the POV of a white woman. So I don't know, what a white woman who hangs around black men gets to hear. I'm not a black man who dates white women. So I don't know the mindset of what a black man who dates white women would say around white women. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just taking in her perspective. I don't share it though. I don't have these experiences. I don't know black men. I know black men that choose to date white women who will talk crazy about black women, for sure. Those black men also don't have strong relationships with their black mamas. You know what I'm saying? So, you can see where that's coming from. And then maybe they tried dating a sister here or there and it made them feel too much like mama and, the trauma. You know what I mean? So I know black men like that, but I don't know any black men who go out of their way to be rude towards black women, in some capacity. Now, what I wanted to add to this is that a lot of black men who end up with white women specifically, and they lock in, a lot of them oftentimes, and it's not an absolution thing, but oftentimes they did want a black woman. They just never ran into one that was going to treat them how they want to be treated and agree with them the way they want, just cooperate the way that they want a woman to cooperate long term. And so the woman that they found that gave them the love the way they want to receive it happened to be, a white woman. So a lot of times when that ends up being the case, they have to live the experience of walking with their white girlfriend or white wife around and getting the looks and the snarls from sisters at restaurants and at grocery stores. They have to live that experience. So what happens to that black man is he starts to harbor some resentment. That happens sometimes to some brothers who date the snow bunnies. So I'm just letting y'all know. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. I'm just giving y'all the POV and how it gets to that place. Let's continue though.
Have a right. You can have your preference. You can date whoever the fuck you want to date. This is a free country. Nobody said that. You can love whoever you want to love, but why must you just treat black women horribly when you choose to do that? Again, it's not doing anything for me. Like, I can't have any passion towards this conversation or compassion towards this conversation because I've seen the other side. I've seen where there's literally been somebody that has a platform that literally said that all black male babies should be deleted. So if you can't have the conversation one way, especially this conversation, that's such a sensitive conversation, it cannot be had one way. It can't. Because there's too many layers. It's like an onion. There's too many layers to peel off of why people are behaving the way that they behave. And yeah, of course, there's going to be some people who have that superiority complex, who date, anywhere else, whether it's Asian, whether it's, white or Latin or whatever it is. And then they have a superiority complex. You definitely do have that. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. I don't want anybody to get it twisted that I'm saying that what she's saying never happens and it doesn't exist, because I know that there is truth to this conversation.
However, the way that she's coming out and bring this all forth, like this is, brand new news, and that now it's a majority of women and most men who date a certain race, and this is how they act. Again, have that same conversation to your sisters, okay, with how they act and treat not only the black men that they're not in a relationship or don't want to be in a relationship with, but when they see them on a random street and how they act towards them.
Riva, I got so much love for you. I got so much love for you. Everybody that subscribed to me, go subscribe to RivahTv. I'm going to always do these reactions to her content. She too real. She too real. Any woman looking for, greater understanding on the mindset of a wife, tap in with RivahTv. Get all the accountability you need. Hear it from a woman. You don't have to hear it from a man's mouth. Hear it from a softer tone, but a very direct, approach. She just has the perfect diction, the perfect, she's just perfect, man. Shout out to RivahTv, man. I'm always gonna stop in the middle of an episode and give Riva her love, man. Let's go.
That is the most insane thought process I have ever heard of. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if I was dating a black man that specifically treated black women horribly, that specifically just degraded black women, talked down on them, that would be an automatic deal breaker for me. Because why?
I think also because this woman, I don't know where she's from or whatever, but I think that she sees herself as one with the sisters.
I wasn't gonna say it. Thank you, Riva. I'm gonna let you cook. Go ahead.
Okay, you can tell by the way that she talks, her demeanor, her just the nature and the way that she swings when she's moving. I don't know, maybe she's Creole, I'm not sure, but you can tell that she sees herself in that way. And again, that's why she's standing in solidarity. Okay, and I gotta keep doing the fist. That's why she's standing in that sort of solidarity to say like, oh yeah, I'll hold y'all down, girls. I got y'all back. It's a weird thing. It's a very strange thing to me. I remember a couple years ago I reacted to a video and there was an Asian girl doing the same thing, and I said the same thing. I'm like, girl, please, please leave the conversation. Please leave the conversation alone.
Your mother is black. Your sisters, if you have them, are black. Your grandmother is black. Why?
You see, I didn't even get to that part of the video. Authentically, I watched it with you guys, and I said it. I knew that was what she was gonna say. Your mama black, your sister black. You came from a black woman. How dare you? How come we don't have that same conversation geared to black women, saying your daddy black, your granddaddy black? You came from a black man. How dare you?
Mm-hmm.
And again,
yeah, let's just have a two-way. Let's just have it because we've been having the conversation on our side. What we gonna have? I'm with her. What we gonna have it on y'all side? That's a great way to volley back. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it be an imbalance in what conversations get had, and that's why you see an imbalance in the results. Let's go.
And if you were a part of, the bigger conversation, maybe you would have the know-how or the ability to effectively have a balanced conversation. You came in and said, people from one race who talk bad about their own race, I can't stand that. Conversation would have been done. But this targeted conversation to black men that date, women outside of their races and then victimizing black women in these situations, I just don't agree. I'm sorry.
Would you do that? Just because you choose to date outside of your race never, ever, ever gives you the right to degrade black women. It's the most disgusting behavior I've ever seen, and I have seen it so many times, and I would love for someone to tell me why. Why do you do that?
She wanted the white women that would have marched with Dr. King and said, the white people that got out there too. We're with y'all. Head ass. Come on, man. Come on, shorty. Y'all trying to be cool. Come on, G. It's too much, G. She sounded too much like auntie and shit. Don't she sound like come on, shorty. Come on, G. We know your archetype, G. She's a type. It's a type of them. You know what I'm saying? You know them when you see them. Oh, my mama, you can catch them. You can catch them at places like the Little League game. You can catch them at the. You gonna see them if you live in a big city and they had like a big picnic in the summertime. She gonna be at the picnic. She might come to a stepper set or a line dance. Yeah. Y'all know the type. We know you. I'm trying to be cool. Come on, man. Come on, shorty.
Mind your business, man. I'm sorry.
Come on, shorty. Come on.
Was that too real? Was that too real? Say mind your business. I don't know. Maybe you could ask white men. Do white men do that? Do white men, date outside their race and then, talk bad about, the women from their own race? Ask, your own men from your own spaces, and maybe they can give you insight to why it happens. And trying to understand, the black experience, it would take way too long to explain. it would take way too long to rationalize. And somebody who has not had the experience, and sometimes that has not had the same, trials and tribulations of said experience, would never understand anyway. Fully.
It's just sickening. Like, I just can't. I would say good day, but that just pissed me off. So, whatever.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing. Everybody clap up for this lady. I will clap, but we know the echo in here is loud. So everybody just clap for this lady. Thank you so much for bringing this to the forefront. Thank you for standing in solidarity with us. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate, your taking time out of your day to, make your voice heard for that one woman who got the door slammed in her face at the grocery store. If you guys are unaware, this is clearly sarcasm. Okay, it clearly is. And I'm not above reproach. If you guys think that the way that I feel about this situation is wrong, I'm willing to hear you guys' point of view in the comment section. I genuinely am. But it just never has rubbed me, the right way, that when this is a situation where, more two-parent households are in the white community. Okay, and since this is about, white and black, that's the only reason why I'm talking about just white people and just black people. But white households are, it's more prone for them to have a two-parent household. It's more prone for them to not have children who have babies at a, severely young age. It's, they're more prone to different kind of scenarios. And so when you see this situation that's going on within the black community, and that within that situation, there's already a massive divide, a lot less married, a lot less two-parent households, a lot less, successful relationship stories, that you are going to come in and say, oh, you guys got it bad? Let me make it worse.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Shout out to RivahTv one more time, man. But absolutely, I agree wholeheartedly. Don't run over here. Don't run over here across the street pouring gas on the fire. I don't even care if it's a red cup full of gasoline. Don't toss that shit over here. Mind your business. Go on now. Because listen, the one thing we're going to do, we're going to remind you who you ain't. When you start crossing lines, we'll remind you who you ain't, sister girl, and all that shit. But shout out to RivahTv, another great reaction video. I'm super glad we did that one. That actually turned out to be some fun. I got a good laugh out of that. Shorty was a bit much. But yeah, man. So that was the reaction with RivahTv, man. Shout out. Make sure y'all go subscribe to her, and make sure y'all subscribe to me too. And yeah, we're going to do that collab. We're going to do that collab in real life one day. Watch. Y'all see. If you like what you just saw, support the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and jump in the comments. Talk to me so we could crack these codes. If you want to support the channel monetarily, go to my website and cop some merch, www.theclassiccodes.com. Or you can shoot me a Cash App. Either way, stick to the codes.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Hardened my heart.